Rich, full-bodied espresso, foamy frothy lattes and cappuccinos, smooth, flavorful iced coffees, all from a single made-in-Italy machine that gives you better coffee at a lower per-cup price than any pod brewer out there. Hey, coffee lovers, Mark here from Whole Latte Love with the limited edition Moonlight Gray, Gaggia, Magenta, and Cadorna Prestige machines with all new over-ice capabilities. Now, the Cadorna and Magenta Prestige have been customer favorites for years. In fact, the two machines collectively have earned well over 1,200 five-star reviews. The over-ice versions, they offer the same quality and features list, but with one significant upgrade, the ability to brew delicious iced coffees and espressos. Stick around and I'll take you on a full tour of these special edition machines. I'll start with a deep dive on the all-new over-ice functionality, then overview their core features, discuss the distinctions between the Magenta and Cadorna models, provide results from our performance testing, and finally give my final thoughts on which settings will really make these babies shine. Now, there's more to these limited edition bean-to-cup machines than their color palettes, though those are worth touching on. The Moonlight Gray coloring here, I think it's really cool, and I especially appreciate the matte black steel drip tray cover. It's less susceptible to staining or scratching and stays looking clean, even when maybe it isn't. But what about that iced coffee? When this new menu item is selected on either of these machines, brew water temperature is going to be reduced by about 40 degrees in order to produce smooth, richer coffee, perfect for enjoying over ice. Volume there is customizable between 2 and 7 ounces, so you can prepare espresso drinks like iced lattes or Americanos or longer drip-styled iced coffees. Coming up, we'll have some recipes and taste tests for these drinks. Like your coffee strong, over-ice drinks have the option for a coffee boost. Select that and your drink is made using twice the coffee but the same amount of water for a robust coffee flavor, even when you're adding ice into the mix. Now, I've got to say, I'm impressed with the inclusion of this feature on machines at this price point, and you really can't taste the difference between the over-ice coffee and coffee brewed at standard temperature. And don't take my word for it, Brian's gonna come out and we're gonna do some taste tests.
I shouldn't like this as much as I do, but boy, that's delicious.
So before Brian comes out, I'm gonna show you how to make all the drinks we're gonna taste. We're gonna do a regular coffee, and then we'll compare the flavor to an over-ice coffee. We're gonna do an iced Americano, and really cool, we're gonna do a cold foam caramel latte over ice. I'm gonna show you how to froth that milk cold. It's really cool. All right, Brian, thanks for coming in. Let's taste the hot coffee, and we compared that to the over-ice version. Same settings otherwise, just a cooler brew. So let's give it a taste.
No, for sure.
Okay, that's the crema wave I'm used to.
Yeah, I'd say over the years, the two of us are pretty used to crema wave from a Gaggia machine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And the over-ice version here.
You know, you get that like almond note. It's really pleasant.
And this one is just, it's appropriate.
Wow.
It's closer to that cold brew, right?
It's closer to a cold brew, but not really. Like it's got a nice characteristic to it where you still get a lot of the flavor of the coffee as it, like this cup, but in this cup and chilled.
And chilled, and we still got plenty of ice. This is going to be, we're in the wintertime here, but it's going to be a great anytime,
no,
really.
That's smooth, like even a little bit of milk in there would be very, very pleasant.
All right, so we're going to put together that over-ice Americano. We'll be right back. All right, Brian, let's try these iced Americanos, the over-ice Americano.
Let's see how this compares to the over ice. Oh, wow. I think I like that a little better, actually.
Yeah, I kind of do too. It's got like a purer flavor of the bean, really, for me.
I'm getting a lot more of like that crema wave quality to it.
Yeah. And of course, you could always, vary the proportions here. I think I'm, about half water, half the over ice coffee.
Is that right? Okay.
But it's holding up really nice. Really like that a lot.
No, honey sweetness. It's all there.
All right, let's put together that cold foam iced caramel latte, and then we'll give that a taste. All right, Brian, here are our cold foam over ice caramel lattes. What do you think of the little trick with the French press there for cold frothing?
I can't believe how beautiful this looks.
Yeah.
I was watching you from behind the camera. That's just gorgeous.
Cheers.
Yeah, this is exciting.
Oh yeah, baby.
I shouldn't like this as much as I do, but boy, that's delicious.
That is in my book, that's kind of a dessert drink, really.
Oh, it really is.
But it's very nice. I like putting the sauce right in with the milk when we're doing that cold frothing. That way it integrates into the foam.
Exactly.
Very nice.
Oh gosh, that's so good. I could drink one of these every morning.
Oh, that's beautiful. All right, Brian, thanks so much for doing the taste test with us, guys. Check these out. Really good, right?
So good.
So good. Over ice functionality aside, the Cadorna and Magenta have quite a lot in common. They both use the same brew group. It's actually the same exact brew group used by Gaggia's high-end academia. So you get seriously great espresso at an incredible value. Both machines offer plenty of drink customizing capabilities. Coffee and milk volume, beverage temperature, and coffee aroma strength are all adjustable to your personal preferences. Both machines use auto frothing carafes for easy, convenient lattes, flat whites, cappuccinos, and more. You just plug in the carafe, select the drink from the menu, and the machine does the rest. Once the drink is done, a couple more taps and the carafe is going to clean itself. Pop it back into the fridge and it's ready to go for next time. So how do the machines differ? Well, the Cadorna is a large drink multi-user specialist with a bit more control, whereas the Magenta is a compact value option. In terms of actual drinks brewed, the Cadorna and Magenta do basically the same ones, though the Cadorna has 2 additional options: extra large versions of the latte macchiato and cappuccino for a total of 15 on-demand drinks. In terms of overall layout, the Magenta's water reservoir and bean hopper are both up top here, whereas the Cadorna's reservoir pulls out from the front, something to keep in mind if you've got low overhanging cabinets. When it comes to user interface, the Cadorna uses a set of rubberized tactile buttons to navigate settings and beverage customization menus, whereas on the Magenta, it's capacitive touch buttons. Which is better, comes down to personal preference, but for my money, I'm going to go with those rubber buttons every time. Though the grinders are mostly the same, the Cadorna adds more versatility and grind size adjustment with 10 steps to the Magenta's 5, and that actually matters. Despite having the same brew groups, more precise grind size control means more control of flavor on the Cadorna. When you get a machine like this, everyone's going to find out pretty quickly that they have specific ways they like their drinks. With 4 user profiles, you can do things like set distinct menus for decaf drinks made through the bypass doser or at double strength, or let everyone have their own menu of custom favorites. If space is at a premium, the Magenta does have a bit of a leg up. It's about 2 inches slimmer, which could make the difference on a crowded countertop. In testing, I've got temperature results for espresso, hot coffee, the over ice function, and a milk drink. I measured those in the flow from the spouts and finished drinks brewed into a room temperature glass cup. I used the high temperature setting for hot beverages. My milk drink is the Cafe au lait found on the menu of both machines. That's a 50-50 mix of coffee and frothed milk with the milk dispensed last. Spout temperatures here are the highest observed temperature during brewing. In-cup temperatures are for finished drinks. There's quite a reduction in temperatures from the spouts For the over ice coffee on both machines, maximum temps from the spouts were right around 40 degrees Fahrenheit lower for the over ice coffees. Gaggia significantly reduces brew temperatures for iced drinks. Some other manufacturers, well, they don't. Something to be aware of. On top of that, brew time is increased for over ice. Including pre-infusion, my brew time was 22.5 seconds for regular espresso and about 29 seconds for the over ice version. The longer brew time and lower temperature results in a smoother flavor that's similar to cold brew and is better for brewing over ice with less melting. Finished brewed into cold cup drink temperatures are excellent, with the espresso in the low 160s, regular coffee averaging in the low 170s. Of course, for coffee, actual brewing temperature is higher within the brew group as indicated by espresso and coffee temps from the spouts in the mid 180s. If you like a warmer milk drink, the Cafe au lait at 160 finished in cup is, in my experience, hotter than what you'll get from many competing machines. Now, if you're a fan of the channel, you've probably heard me wax poetic on the quality of whole beans ground fresh. It just tastes so much better than anything you'll ever get from a stale, pre-ground coffee in a plastic pod. And I've also done the math that fresh whole bean coffee you'll get from a super auto is going to cost less than half the price per cup. And don't get me started on how much you'll save compared to buying from a cafe every day. You know, with the added versatility of brewing iced coffee and espresso, the Cadorna and Magenta over ice make for some truly compelling options. If you ask me, the Cadorna here, it's going to justify its higher price with the addition of those user profiles, extra grind setting options, and the expanded beverage menu. Not to mention the real rubber buttons. It's certainly the better option if you've got multiple people with different preferences using one machine. But for a single user or a kitchen with a crowded countertop, the Magenta provides most of the functionality and brew quality of the Cadorna at a couple $100 cheaper. If budget or counter space are concerns, the Magenta, it's going to be a fantastic option. Now, if you've got any more questions about the Cadorna or Magenta over ice or anything else coffee or espresso related, go ahead and drop those down in the comments below and I'll be sure to get you a detailed answer. And if you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe to our channel? It's the best way to make sure you stay up to date on all the best coffee content. Once again, I'm Mark. Thanks so much for watching. Come back soon for more of the best on everything coffee, brought to you by Whole Latte Love.